Manel, how are you feeling? Another fight week. How are you feeling? How's the energy going into this fight?
Every, everything good. Feel amazing.
And this is a fight. You've had a few fights like the Mokaev fight and a few fights that kind of been heated, right? This one has been very respectful. Your opponent said that you guys even have trained in the past together. How's that for a change? The fact that there's no much animosity going into a fight. Has it been calming? How do you feel about that?
We never trained together, but we have a mutual respect. I know Bruno is a great guy, and actually is one of the guys of my managed team. So, but this doesn't matter that inside the cage, it's gonna be respectful. Of course, I'm going there to get my job done.
Yeah. He thinks this fight could determine the next title challenger. He's on a streak. I know you're not, but you're still on a big name in the division, and you're still highly ranked. Do you feel like a win here could get you a shot against Pantoja?
Of course, a win against Bruno is gonna get me to the title, and I'm still in winning streak. By the way, I didn't lose my last fight.
Yeah. You still feel like you were.
I don't
like
still
right
feel
now.
I didn't lose my last fight.
Yeah. So, against Mokaev. And I want to ask you, what do you think of the Pantoja and Asakura fight?
Was actually a great fight. I see that it was first time for Kai Asakura to drop to 125, and he was not rehydrated like he was on Weight, and it was. I feel that was the same thing that Dillashaw against Henry Cejudo, when he dropped to the 125. So I think he should first make some experience, about the weight, and then do the proper weight for the fight. I believe he was looking good. He was ripped, but he was not strong. He lost a lot of power.
Yeah. If the UFC is considering to put Brandon Royval next, I guess. What would you say to them? Like, what would be your counter argument to saying, like, hey, no, think of me if I pick up a win on a Saturday. I should be the guy that's next in line and not Brandon.
When Pantoja fight Brandon Royal, he makes sure that he win, and that win was like a unanimous decision, and it was pretty sure that the levels between him and Moreno and other guys he fought, it was not the same. If you look to my fight against Pantoja, was my first fight in UFC, and he didn't do anything. Of course, I didn't do so much, but I win rounds, So I'm a fighter, in 5 rounds. I grow up every round, and my potential, my skills, and it's gonna be a different fight.
Yeah. And you're 1-1 with Asakura, right? If I'm not mistaken.
No, 2-0.
2-0.
Of course, 2-0.
Do you see a third fight between you two at some point, or?
Would be amazing, if UFC bring to UFC Japan, and if it was for the belt, would be a great story, in the Saitama Arena, but. He messed up his opportunity, but let's see what's the future come.
Thank you.
Manel over here. How tough was the loss? I mean, it's loss in the books, but in your mind, it's a win. But there's like so much bad blood. The fight was kind of weird. I personally thought you won that fight as well, and there were multiple moments where the referee could have taken points from Muhammad, and he didn't. How tough was that night, and how quickly were you able to move past it?
So my fight against Mokaev, people was like saying that was a little bit boring, But if you look to the perspective of the fight in the first round, I get more damage than him, and I was looking for the fight all the time, chasing him. What he was doing was only run away from me, and his kick even didn't have any effect, because his kick was to get me away, because there is no fight if someone try to fight and another one try to run away. And I show his wrestling is not on my level. On the second round, I tried to submit him, but he grabbed my short, So sometimes Shakespeare say that a man they are the owners of they feint, you know, and he changed his feint that night when he grabbed my shorts, and worse than that was the referee. I think it was not a man. I think he get a bitch move. He was looking to him. He grabbed my shorts, and when I dropped my hands, I said that I lost the position. He still grabbed my shorts with fear, because I was very deeply in that position, because this is one of my favorite positions, the knee bar. So I feel the victory in that moment, you know. If I get the victory in that moment, nobody would say that the fight would be boring, you know, because I had a finish. But on the other hand, the referee should take the point. So he didn't make the job. Mukaev will get fired, and one of the persons should be fired was the referee as well, because he didn't do the job, you know. We see situations like Chandler beat the head of Charles de Bronze. We see that another guy bite another guy. So this situation was similar. So it was not just a fall of Mukaev, but the referee too. The referee was the main issue.
Do you think that's kind of a problem right now? Because I say this, and I'm half joking, but I'm half serious too, that all fighters should grab the fence and do all these different things because it never gets called, ever. And you were a part of like 5, 6 potential penalties in that fight, and no points were taken.
Listen, the referee, there is a situation when I punched Mukaev and he put a finger in my eyes, and I gave my back. And even in that moment when I turned my back, because it was bad, the referee didn't do anything. He didn't take any point. He only said it was your last arm. But when he was in the locker room, he said that any dirty movement, I'm going to take the point, I'm going to do this. He was just so loud. He was loud. But he didn't do anything. So if you do, you have to do your job. So I feel that in that fight, I was a fighter and I was a referee at the same time, you know. Because it was me that stopped the fight at that moment. I stopped. And he followed my lead. The referee followed my lead when I say, hey, I lost the position, you know. But for the referee, he would let it continue the fight in that way, you know what I mean? So it was a multiple faults in that time, and he didn't do that job. I think that the UFC should fire him as well, too. It's not just Mukaev.
Were you surprised that the UFC parted ways with Muhammad? Young kid, big win streak. Yeah, he hasn't blown the doors up, but were you surprised by that?
He played dirty. So he fucked me up, right? So why not? It's fair. You know, it's fair. Of course, play clean. Lose, tap, or get your knee again destroyed. We will love to see if, because he didn't tap at that time in that knee. And I go straight for that leg, because I knew, you know. So if you are tough, like you say, you have a heart of lion, so tap or let your knee break, you know.
He's actually got a fight coming up, I believe this week as well. And you say never in this sport, so when a fighter parts ways, doesn't mean they'll never come back. So is there anything you want to say to him? Because I assume that's a fight you'd like to have back someday.
Listen, I don't have nothing against him, by the way. I just feel that he's a dirty fighter, he's a dirty person, and good luck to him, you know. In league, I don't know if it's B, C, D, F, whatever it is, you know. Everyone have his karma. Like I say, the karma eats hard, you know.
You don't feel one bit bad about him getting cut from the UFC and ending it up in, I guess, smaller promotions. You don't?
Or you feel bad about me that I lose the fight that I should not lose?
Yeah.
Of course. I don't feel bad.
I think you were...
Because he grabbed my short.
Mm-hmm.
That moment was the biggest moment of the fight. If you guys understood about jiu-jitsu, if you guys understood about the ground game, or you see his body language in that moment, you guys see that he was in a deep moment that he see his first loss. In that moment, he saw his first loss, and you saw me, my expression. I was happy because that moment I knew if we go to the ground, there is levels. And my jiu-jitsu, I'm a black belt jiu-jitsu. I'm good as fuck, so I know what I'm doing. So he played dirty, so he have his fight too. That is not my fault, you know.
Manel, to your right. The matchup with Bruno Silva, does this feel like a familiar one, like you've seen his style before?
What about good about Bruno is that he don't walk back, you know. He try to find the fight. This what I like, you know. So if he try to find the fight, I like to find the fight, you know. So we're gonna have a. I don't see a boring and too much student in that fight. I see a great collapse between me and him because he like to bang, I like to bang, you know. So it's gonna be almost the same my fight in Australia with Felipe dos Santos, and we have a great potential to win the bonus of the fight at night.
Thank you, sir.